So I think the first time that we saw a Vistabule trailer, we were doing research online. We had tent camped for a long time together, and we're looking to upgrade. And we didn't want a big tow vehicle, and we were looking for something small. So we started doing research, and we saw on YouTube videos of Vistabules, and it stuck out because of its design and the craftsmanship that we saw, the work that was put in from the factory. So every time we find something new, we'd always compare it back to the Vistabule as kind of our baseline.
Because we kept going back and comparing it to all the other ones, and like, well, I want a galley in the back, I don't want it inside,
Right.
and all. We just kept going back, and I said, look, if we go and get one of the others, we're going to constantly regret that we didn't just get a Vistabule. There was a time where I was working 6 days a week most often, and so having a tent is not helpful. It takes a lot of time to pitch a tent, set up your camp, and when you have very limited time, you don't want to be spending it mostly pitching and then unpitching. You want to be able to just go, drop, and basically be done. Pull your chairs out, you're ready, and this little trailer lets us do that.
Yeah, we picked it up in March. We've been on 8 trips now. This is our 8th trip at the rally.
And we've not even had it for a year yet.
Yeah. So we have friends on the East Coast that we don't get to see very often. And so we planned a trip out east to camp with them, and our site ended up being the hub. It just drew everybody in, and honestly, I think it was the galley. You know, the fact that we were cooking and we could serve people from it, and it just kind of was the hub of the whole adventure.
This is a trailer where they like to say you pay for what you get when it comes to tools and things like that. And I feel like this trailer is one of those items. You are paying for the craftsmanship and the quality of materials. This isn't just a trailer you're gonna have for 5 years. If you do your appropriate diligence as an owner on its upkeep and care, you could hand this trailer down as a family heirloom, is my feeling on it.
And I think that's kind of the approach we take with a lot of things. So in all of our life, when we look to make a financial investment in something, we're not looking for the disposable, right?
No.
So we want to make a purchase that's going to last for as much use as we can get out of it. So that's why, as we were doing our research on different small trailers, the Vistabule stood out. Not to mention the testimonials of the people that already own them. I mean, these people are fanatical. And I guess we're fanatical.
Yeah,
because we're part of that group.
And we've been saving money up until then too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a spur of the moment.
Absolutely not.
There was, I'm like, well, we're not going to invest in that if we can't reliably say that we're already going out regularly with a tank. Having a Vistabule has improved our life overall. We're really busy. He is gone from like 6:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening. So we don't have a lot of just us time often. I mean, there's a little bit in the evening, you know, it's like 2 ships passing and this stops the 2 ships from passing, and they both stop and they moor next to each other and they have a whole lot of hangout time.
Well, and to Leslie's point, it also has everything that we need. So it's very quick to just get home from work on a Friday, hitch it up, and head out and get out of the house together. And so I think that's the most important thing for us, and one of the advantages that it's really made an improvement for us. So we came to the rally not really knowing what to expect, and how the community has received us is it is exactly that. It is a community. There's a lot of kinship and people wanting to help. We've definitely noticed that the community is more retayees, folks that are in that prime of their lives, and they're going on really long trips, whereas we're going on much shorter trips. But I think it's interesting. I think we're kind of a curiosity within the community.
I think we are. We're like the grandkids running through the campsite.
It's been good. We felt embraced by
yes.
By the community, but Yeah, we're a younger couple in this particular community.
Which has its awkward feeling moments, but yet at the same time, they've already been around the block in life and
Right.
they don't care. If you need to hang your socks and your bra out on the line, they understand.
Yeah, for sure. And to boil it down into a couple words, I think the first one that comes to my mind is craftsmanship. That's huge for us. We wanted something that was going to be long lasting for us. Another would be beauty. It's well designed and it's a beautiful trailer, right? So it draws attention wherever we go.
Efficiency.
There, good.
Not only does it have good craftsmanship, the craftsmanship has thought about the aesthetic, and both of those things have thought about the efficiency. There is no wasted space on these trailers. You can get a lot stored in them in a good place, good weight balance, and you don't have to really worry about it.
It has brought us a lot closer. It's gotten us out. Like we talked about earlier, we're able to travel together more, which is what we love to do. Leslie had talked about, ships passing in the night. It's difficult to find time together. The Vistabule affronts us the opportunity to get out and have just dedicated time.
Uninterrupted.
Yes, huge.
Like sometimes you're wonderfully somewhere that you don't have much data connection. And
Yes.
so,
That's a good thing.
your noses are not in electronics. You're actually conversing. You're helping each other. The tandem tag team setup takedown. They're not a great big RV. You're going to be in this pod up close and personal with them. So I really hope you like the person you're traveling with, because you will find out right away if you do or you don't.
If I were to describe the design aesthetic of a Vistabule, the first feeling that we got, the first trip that we took it out, I described it as a blanket fort when you were a kid, because it's everything you need is right there. It's cozy. That's my description of it, and I love it. It's comforting. And I think the other part of it is the views that you get, right? So there's so many windows. It doesn't feel claustrophobic. It feels cozy, and you don't feel like you're missing anything because you can see whatever you need to see when you're inside. The rare times that we're sitting inside when it's raining.
Yeah, when it's raining.
or right before bed.
The form of it is wonderfully aerodynamic, and he doesn't waste any locations and spaces. So to help make areas lighter, he's done aesthetic little cutouts in the birch wood inside, or little things here and there. So it's pleasing. It has curves, but it's all functional.
Right.
It's not just eye candy, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, I think of Mongo. So we live by a small campground on a small river, and there were a couple canoeing down the river.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not a stop near the campsite. It just goes alongside, and they jumped out. I mean, they were soaking wet as they came up to sea. So they had stopped their canoe. Both had gotten out to come see the trailer because they're like, this is exactly what we've been looking for. Where the heck did you get this?
He has definitely facilitated us in having a way to get out and be together more and to explore the outdoors, which is something both of us greatly love.
There is no way we would have taken as many trips this in our first year than we have if we were just tent camping. The trailer has definitely empowered us to do what we want to do. Part of what we've started gathering is memories of all the places that we've been able to go, and the Vistabule becomes part of that story as opposed to just where you've been. So to us, and we're using it to document all of these places that we've gone to. So I think a great dream story would be clear across the country, go into Canada.
Yeah,
Let's go see what the Canucks are up
just
to.
take a few months and go.